happening. I'll try this again. Hey, look. I've got everything correct now. We are live for the first and only time in November, it turns out, with episode 80 of Slurp Toast, a podcast. We are getting really close to that magic 100.
Yay.
Yeah. I'll have to get confetti or something. I don't know what. But anyway, so what's going on? We've got a special show lined up tonight, but we're going to do our usual banter beforehand. So what's going on, man?
Now, before this, I had to, every year, Kristen does Christmas ornaments, and you have to cut out a picture. And the picture frames are never like a standard size, and it's not something that your printer naturally prints a 1 3/4 by 2 5/8 size photo, which is the size that it takes. And so you end up cutting, and then you cut the face out, and you're like, I shrunk it down. This should fit. I mapped it out, and you go back and forth. You fight your printer, and you fight your printer settings. You fight the program settings. And then your wife goes, well, I don't understand why it's so hard to print a picture. It's like, it's not hard to print a picture. Printing a picture is the easy part. Fitting these stupid Fakasha frames that you buy every year, that's the hard part.
So explain, is this like a annual family photo you're sticking in a frame?
No. It's usually just a picture of Babe.
Okay.
But, shit.
Isn't she like
after
19 now?
Yeah, it was 20. After 20 years, you would think somewhere along the line there's this like moment of, oh, this isn't as easy as I think it is to do moment. And in fact, every year it's like, why do you get so upset with this? I go, because it's not. You do it.
No, I don't want to do it. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she pushes the buttons and she goes, well, this is really hard. And it's like, yes, and it's been hard for 20 years, and it'll be hard for 20 more. And
it'll get worse when you'll have to like double up when you have grandkids to put pictures in the frames.
Just fucking don't do it. Anyway,
mine is not quite that bad, but we got home from Vegas, and we'd been having some issues with the back doorknob, right? And I knew it was getting close. And yesterday I shut the door and I couldn't get the door open. I was like, okay, I gotta have to replace this doorknob. So I went and bought the doorknob and replace that, no problem. Then I went to put the new strike plate on, and it didn't match up with the holes, and it wasn't the right. We had like the one with the full lip, and this was like the little rectangular one. And I'm like, I'm putting this old one back on because this other one's not going to fit right. No, but then it won't look right. It's inside the door frame. You're never going to see it. No, it has to match.
Okay, I'm going to do this for right now, and the next time
you'll never go back and do it, and it'll be half-assed like everything else in this house, and that's when I nearly used the drill for purposes it wasn't intended for. But I put it in, and then the damn deadbolt was sticking, so I went online this morning and ordered another full lip in the right color. I said, all right, I've ordered this, it's coming, but in the meantime, I'm putting the other one back on because by this point she had seen that the new strike plate was not working properly, as I said it wouldn't, because it wasn't going to line up right. But anyway, so yeah. Why don't you just do it the first time? Because as we always say, you can have it done right, or you can have it done right now, but you can't have it both.
Yeah, at work, you're not paid for good; you're paid for done.
Yeah,
and ownership sometimes hears that and goes, "Well, no." That's like, no, you haven't given enough time to do this the right way. You're making changes at the last minute that aren't helping. You're working on an ad that's like 4x4, and you're wanting to cram extra logos of the organizations that we belong to into the ad, and you wanted me to use this photo that apparently was taken through a bell jar,
from the Plath collection.
Yes. And so, well, can't you make the picture better? Yeah, I could. How? I'd use a different one,
Yeah. So this Thanksgiving week, you guys have plans for Thanksgiving?
Sure.
I bet I know what they are.
Yeah. Well,
I bet I know what they are.
Don't ask.
I bet I know. Wanna guess?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't want to guess. All right. Well, then I won't pursue that any further.
We had this conversation, and I was like, yeah, eh, you know, I don't like Thanksgiving food.
Okay.
Okay, I don't like it. A turkey, no matter what you do to it, as soon as it hits the air, as soon as you break the skin, all the moisture just goes away. It doesn't, but you could brine it, you could cook it in butter, you could inject brine and butter into the turkey breast, and that first slice, all the moisture that kind of like runs down, that's it. It's like you've squeezed a sponge. Turkeys are made of sponges. That's what I've come to.
The sponges of the land.
They are the land,
The
yes,
land sponges.
they're land sponges. The funges most foul. And this is nothing to do with anybody who's ever baked a turkey or cooked a turkey or fried a turkey. As soon
Good,
as you
because I was
break
about
the
to take
skin,
offense. No, I'm just kidding.
no, because as soon as you break the skin, you can count how long that's edible in minutes.
It does dry out. That is a fact.
That is amazing how quickly it dries out.
Okay. That's not an incorrect assessment of. See, I've never been a big fan of Thanksgiving food either. I will eat the turkey. I used to love my grandmother's cornbread.
There we go.
But there's
There
a
we go.
lot of the stuff. I don't eat yams. I don't like cranberry
There we
sauce.
go. There we go.
Dressing is hit or miss depending on who makes it and where it's stuffed.
Yes. Yes.
I don't, casseroles are never my thing because I don't know what the fuck's in them.
Cream of
Because
mushroom soup.
Because I'm picky when I eat, and so if I don't know what's in it, I'm not eating it. So I was inevitably the grandson sitting at the bar with a plate of like white meat turkey rolls and cornbread,
Yeah.
and just fine with that. I couldn't have cared less.
And that's the whole thing. I'm the same way. It's like, how about if I just have this one piece of turkey and I eat it? I'm going to actually put it off of the serving tray into my mouth. And I'm just going to like eat it straight away.
You want that first cut, that first slice.
First cut. Yeah, I'll take that cut.
Where they keep all the moisture.
I will come back. Yeah. I will come back for the rest of it. And let me just take a cup full of gravy just to be safe.
Oh, I forgot the gravy.
Yes.
It's important. And I married into a family that were Thanksgiving people. And I was always like, oh, this is too much fucking work.
Yeah, I always imagine the first Thanksgiving was like something out of Game of Thrones where they had like, eels and,
lamprey pie.
Lamprey pie. Yeah, exactly. Whatever else crazy shit that man cooked up.
It's the only one that I remember because it's stuck.
And then somehow the whole meal got dumbed down to gray food.
Well, they were of British extraction, so that
British.
Does track.
They boiled, then mashed the potatoes. They boiled the bird. They boiled the cranberries.
It's true. It's
very
British.
Put the whole meal in little Ziplocs in boiling water.
It's the first sous vide.
Sous vide, yes. It's sous vide Thanksgiving. Yes, Thanksgiving is Algonquin for sous vide. Yeah.
I'm making notes.
I've never ever, and somebody asked me, like, what's a traditional food when you're growing up? And it's like, Tiffany played travel soccer. So Denny's, Shoney's, some McDonald's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I remember a couple of years in high school or when you were in college where like your mom let y'all just pick what y'all wanted and you rotated. And I think you picked stir fry one year, if I remember correctly.
We did stir fry.
We did crawfish.
Gumbo, we did crawfish. Yeah, we did everything. Port Stacy always wanted a traditional meal, and Tiffany and I were like,
in your family, that's not.
We want lasagna.
See, this year's weird for us because it's a new dynamic. My sister goes to Florida and does Thanksgiving with her husband's family, which is cool, right? That's an acceptable thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no mom, dad's in his place, so we're going over on Wednesday, and then Thursday taking Dad to lunch at a place where you can have traditional Thanksgiving if that's what you choose, or you can have a damn steak. And guess what? I'm having a steak. Damn it!
Oh yes, when I was working retail before I got married, that was it. Watch a Godfather movie and have a steak. That was Thanksgiving. Because the next day was Black Friday, and if
And
you
you were
work
fucked.
retail on Black Friday, yeah, that was your calm before the storm. Don't you
Yeah.
want to have it with other people? Oh God, no. Tomorrow I'm gonna get all the people I
I'm
want.
be peopled out, as I said the other day in Vegas. Yeah,
I need to prepare for
I need to go
people.
to my happy place.
Mhm. But yeah,
Uh,
I don't like I, I like Kraft macaroni and cheese. I don't like pretty much anyone else's.
I'm typically the same way. There is a recipe that Laura has. It's kind of labor intensive, but I will say it's worthwhile because it's got like 3 or 4 different kinds of cheeses that I end up like grating, which I don't mind because then I can
Yeah.
snack as I go, right? And it's not all the fancy cheeses, but there's like one fancy cheese in there, and it actually cooks up pretty well. That's the only one outside of I'm with you, the Kraft that I really want.
And see, my problem with mac and cheese is that I have the same problem with Alfredo sauce, is that
The
that
way it
stuff
pools
is
up.
it's like the fucking turkey. It's nice for those first couple bites, and then like the turkey dries out and the mac and cheese
Gets
congeals
and gets
poorly.
greasy.
Yeah, no, one chunk is just all curd, the other one is all milk, fat,
Grease.
oil, grease. And there's no happy medium where it doesn't taste like pre-vomit.
Pre-vomit.
I really, really don't like
So what you're
Thanksgiving
saying is you don't
foods.
like Thanksgiving, and maybe I should steer this ship in another direction. Is that what we're saying? Oh
And
Jesus!
again, I think again, it's one of those things where I don't always fault the cooks for some of this stuff. It's just like, oh, we're going with the traditional recipe for mac and cheese where we use, I don't know, Swiss, something that doesn't taste right, not melted. Um, I don't know. Anyway,
All right, so we will move on from Thanksgiving.
yes, I want a green Jello mold, no whipped cream, no cream cheese, with chunks of pear in it because that's comfort food I grew up with.
Ooh, I hate pears. Oh God, I hate pears. Oh,
Okay, I'll do orange Jello, clear orange Jello with no whipped cream and shit mixed in, and chunks of
okay.
orange
I can do
slices
it.
in it.
See, here's the problem. The house in Lafayette had a pear tree in the backyard,
Oh,
and we didn't pick the pears. We let them fall off, and then they would rot, and then I would mow the yard. And I didn't like pears before that because I find them mealy. But after mowing them for 6 years, I don't ever have to see another pear in my life.
the old house we had a pear tree in the backyard. And
Oh
it
yeah.
wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I would oftentimes mow the yard and then stop at the tree and have a couple of pears. Be like, "Fuck you, squirrels! I got to them first."
Whip the remnants at them.
That's right. Uh, so anyway, yeah, I'm just not.
Well, it's
Okay.
another one of those. It's a hurry up, and then there's too much hurry up for the
Well,
for
there's
the too much effort for the amount of return. It's how I feel about eating crawfish. There's too much effort for the amount of return.
uh-huh. Yeah. No, very much the same way. It's like everybody's up early, they're dressed nice, they're cooking all morning long, and it's all stuff that has to like bake for an hour,
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, can I mash the potatoes? Oh no, they're already mashed. We're just, and you're like, oh, this needs salt, and butter, and maybe some garlic and some pepper, and
And did you put any seasonings in this?
oh, we put milk. So
Milk is a seasoning. That was my designated role at my mother-in-law's. I was only allowed
smashed potatoes.
to mashed potatoes, and stir the gravy. Those were my jobs for for like 17 years at their house. That's what I did. I would mash the potatoes and then I would stir the gravy.
That's not a bad gig.
I didn't mind,
It gives you something to do.
and I
And
look
then you
like I
sit
care.
there It looks like you care. And then you're like doing, you watch cooking shows and you're like, huh, that one crazy bastard, he throws such and such in it. He throws some paprika in it, and they're all like, everybody tastes it like, oh, this tastes really good, but it's just so, I don't know. I miss
too
traditional
spicy.
potatoes.
It's too spicy.
It's paste. You're drinking
It's
pre-vomit and paste and sponge bird and
back.
just.
Okay, so what we've established in the first 15 minutes of tonight's program is you don't like Thanksgiving food.
I really don't.
You really don't. All right, well, let's move on. Anything else exciting been going on since last we spoke? I went to Vegas last weekend.
What was that? Was that a little trip?
Well, I had last year sometime. I bought tickets to see Adele because Laura really wanted to go, and I managed to get through one of the pre-sales.
Okay.
And so we were supposed to go in March,
mm-hmm.
and then she got sick and postponed them. So we ended up going to the 99th out of 100 shows she was doing at Caesars.
Oh, wow.
And we almost didn't go because it was also F1 weekend.
Oh boy!
So the strip was down to 2 lanes during the day.
Oh my god!
Closed off completely at night so they could run the race cars around the strip. The race actually takes place on the strip.
Oh.
So and all the crosswalks that go over so people don't loiter to watch the race for free. They have like the non-transparent plexiglass on both sides of those bridges.
Oh,
so you can't see anything. You can hear the ring, 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 as they go zipping by.
Yeah, are you really depriving yourself of eyeballs by blocking that off?
Right. I mean, I think it's more of a
probably a safety than somebody.
Yeah. I think it's more that because they had like security cops and real cops like at all those bridges, and I mean they were. I think it's more so some drunk fool doesn't jump in front of an F1 car, right? Some guy who just lost his life savings.
Yeah. Staggers out of valleys and traffic.
We're going to a red flag. Someone just got smeared across the.
So, yes, while they squeegee Las Vegas Boulevard, here's a word from Red Bull.
Exactly. And they were moving a lot of F1 merch. I saw so much McLaren orange and Red Bull stuff. Oh my God. Lots of Euros. Lots of Midwestern motorheads who you can spot a mile away wearing their best zip-up hoodie, their hat on backwards with their sunglasses facing the back of their head.
That's always a good look.
Isn't it, though? Unless you're Guy Fieri, you really don't need to put your sunglasses on the back of your head.
And even then,
it's touch or go.
Yeah.
Touch and go.
The convertible Camaro does not buy you enough cred to cover that.
So yeah, that was that's what I said. I got peopled out because we stayed at Bellagio, and so we were like, and the show was at Caesar, so we could just go across the skywalk and back. Nice. We didn't even go to the other side of the strip. I mean, we literally just stayed right in there because we were afraid of getting stuck on the wrong side of the strip and not being able to get back for the show. So ate a couple of meals at a couple of Bobby Flay restaurants.
Okay.
Had the best damn gnocchi I ever had at his Amalfi, which is right across the slot machines from the Coliseum. Which, by the way, is a really cool venue. I really dug it. It's not a bad seat in the house. And I like Adele Fine. She put on a hell of a show. Great singer. The visuals were spectacular. When she did Set Fire to the Rain, it was raining on the stage.
Oh, wow.
And the big white baby grand piano caught fire and melted or fell apart or something. I don't know. And then it was back together later for another show, another song, and the piano player, it dipped so the piano player and his bench were up in the air and the piano was facing down.
Oh my!
It was a lot. And then she like at the very last song, they dropped a bunch of like pink confetti on her and she disappeared.
Oh,
it was like some serious like America's Got Talent. Poof, you're gone. It was.
Well, that's where all those people go.
Yes, because I saw signs for pretty much everyone who's ever won America's Got Talent on the cabs.
Close. Yeah.
Like
they came out for the final 10.
5. Yeah, we can squeeze you in to the midnight lounge at the Luxor.
You can open for Carrot Top.
Jesus. Oh man, did you see any of the Mike Tyson fight?
No,
And
I
I'm
don't
going
think
to
many
rephrase it.
people
The
who
Mike
tried.
Tyson fight. I had gone to Houston that day to keep an eye on Dad while David was gone out of town, and so I got to the house. Here's Bruce's weird story for the podcast. So I stayed at my parents' house, and there was nobody there with me. And they had moved one of my old twin beds down into what had previously been the dining room on the first floor, thinking Dad might get to come home, and they could, that could be his bedroom. Well, he's not coming home. But so I stayed in that room. So the last time I was there was the dining room, in my twin bed from my youth, with no one else in the house. It was really fucking weird.
Like the big damn studio apartment.
Yeah, it was weird. I just was like, okay, what can I putter around with around here? Yeah, I brought a few things home. I have some fun what's on your desks for later.
Good.
I found there's no bathrooms on the first floor of the house, which is part of the reason Dad's not at home, because he can't go up and down the stairs, right?
Okay.
When they bought the house 30 years ago, no one anticipated this, but
not even the builder. I'm sorry.
Clearly.
You're gonna put a half bath on the first floor? No,
there's a half bath. Yeah, no, there's a half bath,
okay.
But all the fulls are upstairs.
Okay.
There's a half. I should have been clearer. So I'm having to truck
pretty
up.
ballsy if there was nothing like that.
You
have the sink, or you go upstairs.
There's a hole in the floor. In the laundry room, there's a hole in the floor.
It's where the toilet would go if I believed in them.
But it did not. I am very old squire.
Yeah,
the French taunter is a plumber now.
Yes.
I'm the French plumber.
Yeah, the listeners in France are like, oh, they've made fun of us.
No, they are talking to our language now.
Oh.
Thanks, France. We love you. So yeah. Anyway, I was upstairs using the bathroom, getting ready to go see Dad the next morning, and I found, because I think my mother kept everything. That's gonna be a problem. But I found an old icy cup under the. It's a Hacksaw Duggan icy cup. It made me so happy. I brought it home.
Absolutely.
It's him, and it's when he was in WWF, right? So he's the board on his shoulder, the thumb up, and so
American flag in the back. Nice.
Yes, and it's in really good shape. It's not faded or broken up or scratched. It's in really good shape. So yeah, that'll probably go in the office. Speaking of which, this will probably be my last broadcast from the garage.
Okay.
I have been granted space in the house. My new job is going to offer a couple of days a week remote work, and so Laura said, "Oh, well, then maybe we should turn the guest room into your office." You mean like I've been trying to do for the last 6 years? But yeah, no, not that
different.
Because I came up with it this time. So I've got the bookcase. I've got the desk up there, and the bookcase is in. But then I just haven't been able to finish moving in. Oh, and the question is hanging on the wall. That's as far as I've gotten. But oh no, I take it back, because I got to move all my trades out of the bookcase in the upstairs media room into my office, so they're not in the bookcases in there anymore. So all my trades.
Do that, huh?
I got the honor of doing that. Yes,
that's cool. Yeah, she had that.
So yeah, so I think you'll see the Dude and El Santo up behind me still, and the monkeys. I have a place for the monkeys picked out. So, but yeah, next time I should be moved in, and all my artwork should be on the wall, which is very exciting. So
nice.
So yeah,
that's cool.
So you want to get to today's big show, if you will?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So
I got nothing else.
All right. So we've talked about this a few times. For those of you who listened regularly, you might recall it kind of started with an offhand comment. We were talking, I don't remember why we were talking about action figures, because that's one of the things we talk about. And one of us said it'd be really cool if someone made some action figures in the Jack Kirby art style.
Mhm.
And we
Hey,
both
we
agreed
could
that would be
take this
great.
conversation really deep. We can go all over the I have been thinking about this. We're gonna go all over the
Fire.
place with this one.
Fire.
Anyway, no, go ahead. Keep going. It did
So
build up.
so we talked about that. We both thought it was going to be a really cool idea, and they'd have to be posable so you could get that weird foreground pose
The
and
big
everything.
hand, yeah.
Yeah, big hand in the front, little tiny feet in the back.
Flat-handed, yeah.
Yeah. But
And
yes,
frog
this hand in the yeah,
The hand or
look like he's getting a prostate exam.
yeah, it's either that hand or that hand. Yeah.
So for those of you listening, we're doing a lot of hand
If you're
gestures.
watching, why are they doing that?
I should have really gotten a photo to put up when we were talking about this, but anyway. So then after we had that conversation, you found something and tell
while
the
we were having that
listeners-
conversation.
That's true. You were looking while we were talking.
Uh-huh. Because I think I just did a search on like Kirby action figures. And lo and behold, something popped up.
And it was a series, and I had seen some of these before. Was it specifically Kirby art or just Kirby inspired?
It was specifically the New Gods.
Okay.
And
That's
so
right.
so what we ended up finding is that yes, they did do action figures in the style of Jack Kirby, and it was the characters from New Gods. And so you had Darkseid, Metron, Calabac, Barda, Miracle, Light Rail, Orion, and for shits and giggles, Superman.
Which and then you found those and you listed out for me what they made. I was like, oh, well, what we should do is when you manage to collect them all, we'll do a comparison because they've also done almost all of those Fourth World characters in the Justice League Unlimited style, which I've collected over the years. With the exception of Metron, every one of those characters I have because they didn't make a Metron, but I have some additional characters from the Fourth World series that they made in the unlimited style. So I will have some additional pieces to contribute. So where would you like to start? What we're going to do is a side-by-side of my Justice League unlimited characters side by side with Steve's New God collection action figures. Just for shits and giggles because we thought it'd be fun and we like to play with our toys. So I think that covers it, doesn't it?
That pretty much does cover
Okay.
it. I'm going to turn that off so I quit getting notifications.
Bing.
Uh-huh. Okay, who do we want to start with?
Well, let's see. Why don't we start with Darkseid? I don't know. Let's start with Darkseid.
We'll start with
Darkseid, who Jack Kirby said was the ultimate epitome of evil in his opinion. He would say that because he created the character.
Yeah, and he's not one prone to hyperbole.
All right. So since you have the New God specific collection, you get the honor of going first.
All right. So here we go. This is the Darkseid. Yeah, it's nice. It's drawn in the Kirby, sculpted in the Kirby style.
Yeah.
So
square where he should be square.
He's square where he is very square where he should be square. He definitely has the hand that's boy, this is really a lot harder. He does come with this action figure, which is the action feature, which is the hand that does very much the big Kirby.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the Infinity Gauntlet, but it's not.
It looks very much like the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, how much could they steal from each other anymore?
Darkseid Thanos.
No, but yeah, exactly. But no, it's very cool. It's a very nice pose.
How
Again,
tall
all the
is it?
How tall is it? It is. He is about 7 inches tall.
Wow.
These are big figures. These are very big figures. And decent articulation. The wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, the neck, waist. A little bit in the thighs, ankles, and knees.
Okay.
But I mean, a really good, I think a great likeness and captures the Kirby style, which gives it a little extra kind of
I dig it. I like it a
dig
lot.
it. It's a very cool figure. They're all very cool figures. Comes with a base, a little Infinity, Jack Kirby
Nice. Like our
crackle base,
background.
like our
Like our background.
background. Yes,
See,
the
look
Kirby
right
energy
here.
balls.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah,
We're nothing if not consistent.
that's right. But no, they're very cool figures, and they did a really good job, I think, of capturing the feel of his drawings. And
Cool.
you'll see it more when we get into like the faces of Superman, Calabac, and those guys,
Okay.
because they did a really
So
good job of recreating that ugly,
the dog of
brutish.
war face.
Well, that even the handsome guys look like they're you know
Right.
tough guys. So
So, I guess the Justice League Unlimited is the grandchild of the Batman the Animated Series. So it's the Bruce Timm animation style, right? So that's what we're looking at here with mine. So here is Darkseid. So he's got the big S&M boots like yours. He's just in black here. Um, wish I could figure out how to get this more in focus.
he's got the big Bruce Timm shoulders.
Yeah, and the big giant arms. Now, the thing about these characters is they're not famous for their articulation. There's a joint in the knee, and it is stiff. I'm hesitant to even bend it. And one at the elbow, and that's about it. He doesn't even turn at the waist. His head does turn.
That's good.
I don't have a groovy Infinity Gauntlet with him, but still, all in all, very true to the character. As I was going through the boxes last night, I discovered I actually have 3 Darkseids because they packaged these in a bunch of different ways. This was a 3-pack
But their
that
sculpts
had
are different too, aren't they?
a couple of them are. I'm going to show you another Darkseid that is different. So this came in a 3-pack, which was Darkseid, Mr. Miracle, and Orion. So that was a 3-pack that made sense. Light Ray, however, came in a 3-pack that included Nemesis, the Sky's Happy Vigilante, and Amazo the robot, which made no sense. And Connor was helping me get these out last night, and I raised the boys on that Justice League cartoon where they were little, and he was like, "I don't remember some of these characters being on that show." And I'm like, "I don't think you're wrong in some of these instances."
I think at some point they're like, "Oh well, let's just go. It's a repaint of so and so, so let's just add some color."
So, and then after the show and the line were canceled, through their Maddie Collector website, they did several releases of like limited release sets of some characters that people kind of wanted just to round out collections. People like me who wanted to round out a Flash's Rogues gallery, and we didn't have a Heat Wave or a Justice Society. We're missing a few of those. They also did one additional Fourth World set. It was Darkseid and Calabac. This is one of the different paints on Darkseid. I'm gonna try and hide Calabac as best I can.
Oh wow!
That's this on the back shows that it was in the show at some point. I don't remember it, but it's a pretty good, pretty fun update with all the additional
extra
paints.
Little Kirby lines.
Yeah, and the paints, and I think the shoulder pads kind of give it a little something too. They've got a little Kirby shape to them as well. So we'll get to Calabac in a minute. And the other one, I can't really show you the third one because it's in a box that is they did a whole box of Fourth World figures.
Okay.
They would do these like 6-packs.
Okay.
They sold at Target, and there was one that was all Fourth World, and I know for a fact there's at least 3 of the characters on that weren't in the show.
Okay.
At least no episode I ever saw. So that's Darkseid. Who you got next?
Let's do the chick.
Barda? Mrs. Free?
What's that?
Mrs. Free?
Mrs. Free, yeah.
Scott's chick.
Scott's chick, yeah. Alrighty, so here she is in very, very.
Oh, that is so Kirby. Wow.
Yes.
The hair, the headgear.
Yes. You change this and she's Sue Storm. you change it again, she's Medusa. All you gotta do, change
She's
the hair
Sif.
color, and
She's
it's yeah,
Sif.
uh,
Wow.
tremendous sculpt, lots and lots of detail, very, very Kirby face. Got
Yeah.
the vibrator of doom here or whatever.
Oh, that's so
Again,
funny
this
that you said that. because the Justice League Unlimited characters don't
There.
often come with accessories,
there we go. And
but
then there's the
but,
cape that goes with it. So
but teeny tiny Barda also comes with the vibrator of doom, and I was about to call it the same thing. So, yeah, you know who this headgear reminds me of the most?
and a
Really,
Croyer from Micronauts.
that's who it reminds you of, because that's what everything reminds you of. That Carnilla, the Queen of the Norns from Thor, had that kind of weird
Okay.
headgear. But yeah, mine is not quite as the colors on mine are not quite as vibrant as yours. There's a lot of golds replacing the yellows.
Uh-huh. Which I like the gold on that. I think it works.
Yeah. But yeah, that's got the cape. She's muscled up. She's got her boob plate on.
Mhm.
She's got the belt, the Kirby belt, which really is the important thing here, I think.
Is the most important thing. Is
Yeah.
if they're not doing the Kirby frog splash, they've got to have the
Yeah.
Kirby belt.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's my teeny tiny Barda compared to your big Barda.
Oh yeah, she's a bruiser. I mean, she is. Again, they're all tall. They're all like 7-inch figures.
I think because where I would find a lot of these later in the run was they would remainder them to big lots.
Oh, okay.
And I found quite a few chase pieces there. I found Barda at a Big Lots, and I feel like I found 2 of them and sent one to your daughter back in the day.
You did, and I went looking through all of her memorabilia from her youth and could not find it.
That's okay. I just want to make sure I hadn't like imagined that.
Nope.
That's fine. I found I was going through the bag earlier because I'd forgotten to get out Light Ray, and I had a bag of loose figures, and there was the Vigilante, not the one from the Peacemaker show, but the cowboy one.
Oh yeah,
and a Black Hawk.
Oh,
and I put them side by side, and I had the Ultra Humanite, the white gorilla. And I took a picture of it and sent it to my cousin Adrian. I'm like, I want to see this episode of The Brave and the Bold. The cowboy and the World War II pilot take on the Nazi monkey guy.
It could be done.
It could be done, right? It's kind of a Hellboy issue, I think. But anyway, Nazi monkeys, that's Hellboy's venue.
Everybody loves Nazi monkeys.
All right. So we've covered Darkseid and Big Barda.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got next?
Let's see. Well, why don't we do her old man?
Scotty?
Do Scotty.
All right. Which is, I believe, I'm safe in saying, maybe my favorite costume of all time. I love
it's definitely a winner.
I love the Mr. Miracle costume. Just all the Christmas colors, and it's just spectacular.
The Christmas / creeper colors, yes.
Oh, that's so good.
And again, you see the little Kirby musculature, which is just the squiggle for the abs. He's got squiggle abs. He's got squiggle thighs.
He's got
he's got that
face.
Mm-hmm. This one is cool. This is the second one that I've had. The first one I had, this cape is not cast in green plastic; it's painted. And I got one cheap. I don't know, but I got one and it was like, oh, cool. And then all the paint flaked off on the inside of the cape.
Jesus.
So I was like, I will just buy another one because I've got, as we've said, I've got a job and money. So
congratulations.
Oh, I did that once. It was like I was looking through a bin, I found something, a little kid, his mom was like, oh, did you see another one of those in there? And I was like, no. She goes, oh, that's the one he really wants. I was like, well, okay, here you go. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah. She's like, why? And I was like, I'm an adult. I've got a job. I got money. I can get this anytime. That's going to make him happy right now.
And that's his hero origin story right there.
Yeah.
You kept him from turning into a supervillain.
I did. I turned him around from being a carjacker and a wannabe world dominator. Yes,
exactly.
World owes me a favor.
It does.
But again, it's a cool looking little figure, man.
It is. I love the style of these. They would be absolutely useless to play with
Oh hell yeah!
because
Because of the
they don't stand. You can't pose them. They don't
you just
articulate.
arms out, arms down, arms
Everybody
out.
flies all the time.
Straight arm punches.
A lot of this. A lot of rock 'em,
A
sock
lot
'em,
of side by
robotic.
side rock and sock. Yeah, exactly.
But again, he captures. I mean, again, I think we're missing. Mine has not the squiggle, but the circle, the half moon ab, right? I don't know if you can
nice.
tell, but
Yeah, mine's a
yeah.
little squared off.
But I mean, look at. I mean, my cape fasteners are a little further apart than yours, but
Yeah.
otherwise, these guys are bigs and littles of the same guy. And I think this is what started all this. Was we talked about Mr. Miracle's costume. Again, I ended up with 3 of these because they packaged him, as I said, with the 3-pack that made sense. I have another 3-pack that is Cyborg, Plastic Man, and Mr. Miracle.
Sure.
Why not? And then he's also in the Fourth World 6-pack. So I think actually the head on this one is a little bit different, a different shade of red than the body. Though I don't know if you can tell here, but the body's a little darker red and the head's a little more primary. The one in the Fourth World box is, I think, better. I didn't open it.
Okay.
So, what you got next?
Orion.
Orion, the Dog of War.
Dog of War. Now I should note, like these guys, and I'll see if I can move the arms. These guys got a serious like lean back to them. Like I mean,
back.
That's a big time sway back. I don't know why they were done that way, because I don't know.
Do they stand better?
They stand good. They stand well. But they also came with the alternate.
Nice. The angry Orion head.
The angry Orion head. And when I talk about capturing sort of the ugly.
Oh, that's so. Now you know when that face comes, when he gets mad, he hulks out, and that's his face. He's like handsome, and then he gets mad, and he turns into that. It's so good. That's so good.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I Fourth World nerded. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. He's one of these, the ones that do come with like accessories. I mean, Barda comes with the vibrator. Several of them come with like a little, I don't know, Star Trek communicator pad.
I believe that'd be a mother box.
The little mother box, which is a pain in the ass to keep close. I have them, a lot of them not duct tape, but painter's tape to the underside of the base so I don't lose the accessories. Yeah, but no, he's pretty, again, the solid figure, the Kirby thing. I mean, they use the same body for all the dudes, except for Darkseid and Kalibak, who have a bigger version of the male body. They've scaled it up a notch or two.
So here's my Orion. I don't know if you can see. Orion's been working his lats a lot.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a sway back too. Yeah.
Yeah. There are 2 versions of this in this line. And what I love about Orion is his costume is so simple. It's just blue and red.
It's just a red bodysuit.
And the crazy Kirby helmet, right?
The crazy Kirby helmet. And then if he's flying around in the, I don't know, Xavier's super chair. It's just nothing but tubes.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say. There's 2 versions of Orion in this set, in this collection. One, this is the one from the 3-pack previously discussed. There was a single pack that had the tubes of flight or whatever the fuck that was called. I can't remember. But yeah, and I don't have that one. So that's something I'm always looking for, is the single pack Orion with the 2. Or I could just buy some pool noodles and make one, I guess. But I'm not that ambitious.
The flying chair built by the Blue Man Group.
Exactly.
Now you're going to hear boom tube, and you're going to see.
I read this entire, because the thing that amazes me about this work, right, was Kirby did this he wanted this whole universe set aside from DC. He was tired of doing Marvel. He was tired of DC, so he had this whole mythology he wanted to build his own. And of course, DC wanted to roll it into their universe once they realized what a cool concept it was. That's how we got where we are now. But one year around Christmas time, the library in Houston had, and some of those old, there's not a lot of really good collections, and the ones that there are really fucking expensive.
Mhm.
The Houston Library had like the hardcover, like 4-volume set of the whole Fourth World series from
Okay.
their introduction in Superman's friend Jimmy Olsen through Cosmic Terror at the end, right?
Oh,
So I
wow.
checked those out like, I don't know, like the 23rd of December and just read them over the holidays. And it was a lot because, as we've discussed previously, as a writer, Kirby's a hell of an artist.
Yeah, yeah. That's where you
But
get buried in your own, like,
yeah, it was, and then it would jump cut between like the characters I really want, because there was a New Gods book, there was a Mr. Miracle book, there was the Forever People, and then like they were always appearing in Superman's friend Jimmy Olsen and like Darkseid Helicopter, and it was just like
every
these
epitome of
weird
evil.
there was these really weird tonal shifts that were hard
Uh-huh.
to like you'd be deep into like the New Gods, like, Civil War for the Cosmos thing, and then you jump over and Jimmy Olsen's a turtle, and it was just like, what is happening? Can't. And then Scott's fighting the good fight over in his book, trying to like just be an escape artist on Earth and hang out with his midget buddy and his broad. It was just fucking all over the place.
Well, I've looked up the Forever People before, and yeah, it's kind of like,
There's a bunch of fucking hippie beatniks from the Fourth World, is what they are.
yes, and just well, it's Kirby, so
Yeah.
great headgear, wild head, mane of hair.
Yes, that's exactly the one I'm thinking of. It was the Barda headgear with the big red poof flying mane sticking out. And there's one that's a cowboy and one that's a dancer. It was very much a product of the time and his take on youth culture.
Which, yeah, that's great. The dude, who's a World War II vet, talking
to the kids. Yeah.
Just rapping with the youth. Just connecting.
What's up with the youths?
What's up with the youths? Just rapping with them.
That actually would work for the Fourth World. I should have done that.
Yes, it would.
I'm gonna let that play.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yes, sir. Fire away.
So, since you talked about, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen,
we're going with Soups next.
Well, let's go with Soups next.
All right.
Now, I will say that after like Mr. Miracle, this is my favorite of these New Gods.
Oh,
figures.
wow. That head is spectacular.
It is 100% Kirby. I usually refer to this as Superman Mas Feo, which is Spanish for Superman very ugly.
I love the big chunky S.
The big chunky S, the big Kirby face. I mean, this is the first one I bought. I got this in Metropolis, Illinois at the Superman Museum.
Nice.
We drove through and Kristen's like, "You want to stop?" I go, "Yeah, I really want to stop." She's like, "It's going to be stupid." I go, "I don't care if it is."
And it has to be done. That's a moral imperative situation.
Yeah. But anyway, this is my favorite of the New Gods figures, just because it is Superman, so he's widely known, and it is such an ugly Superman.
It really.
It's
so perfectly Kirby.
That beat up before like the healing power kicked in, as a youth,
like,
and it's
like Superman 2, where when he gave up his powers,
and
got gave the diner. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, he does, and he totally has. I mean, whoever sculpted these earned their check. This thing it is, like I said, my favorite, Superman Mas Feo.
All right, hang on a second. I got to try and do a little cut and cover here.
Okay.
Because I didn't unbox all of this because wanted to save some for surprises. So, You've seen Scott.
This is
This is the 6-pack I previously mentioned. Hold on. I've managed to cover Superman up in his entirety. So,
all right.
damn it.
Yeah, you're fine.
This one. There.
Nice. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just the classic animated Superman, which was on Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited. I had a loose one. It was well played with, well loved. His forelock was gone. It had just been wiped off. So, yeah, I mean, it's the Tim Daly voiced Superman. There's nothing really much to that one. So
no, that's the thing. This one is great.
He's all chest. He is all chest.
This one is all chest. And yeah, there's so much for me. There's so much to love about this figure is that he's so off model that, that he's, just this Superman.
He doesn't look
looks
majestic.
like he's only about 5'8", and he gets to do a lot of bar fights.
It's middle-aged divorced Superman.
Yeah, he's newly divorced Superman.
He's moved back to Smallville, and
he's just sitting at the local bar, picking fights with the locals. Hey, didn't you used to be somebody, Smallville? Thwomp, and
half the town's in traction.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows not to go to the bar on Friday night because Clark is there.
Clark's there.
Clark is there. The cape is like sticking out under his flannel work shirt, baseball cap,
about
big old thing of dip in his pocket.
Midnight, Ma comes down and drags his ass home. She's the only one he'll listen to.
That's right. You really need to,
muttering about Lois in the big city as she drags him home by his ear.
Yeah,
you got cows to milk, Clark. Let's go.
You really, really need to work things out with Lois because your dad and I, it's our golden years, okay? And you're really cramping our style.
we were gonna start swinging, and now
now
that Barta chick left the dildo at the house. I've been very happy.
Yeah.
So anyway, talking about a boom tube, baby. Wow, we just wrote Superman porn. All right, so Light Ray or Calabac next?
Let's finish with Calabac.
You've got Light Ray too, right?
I've got Metron and Light Ray. Yeah, okay. We're not going to do Metron.
Right. Well, you can do Metron, and I'll do some of the others that I have.
All right. We'll save him for the end then.
Okay.
All right. So next up is Light Ray.
Light Ray, which was an odd choice, right?
It's kind of an odd choice. He's kind of. It's like he's the pretty boy.
So good. It's the Human Torch.
It's pearlescent. It's a pearlescent pink
that is
too.
so good. Yeah, he always, like I said, he always reminds me of the Human Torch for character of the New Gods.
Yeah, they really did paint his nostrils. So if you look at him like this, it's like looking at a skull.
Okay. Yeah.
See,
that's a good
canary
sculpt.
Up my nose.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi,
good, hot and spicy, sweet and meaty.
Yes. That's how he and Smallville Clark go out on the town. Here's hot and spicy. There's sweet and meaty.
Okay.
And these things are also they're also articulated in the mid calf, so the feet
kind
of spin. Yeah.
Oh, that's the pivot, the swivel.
Yeah, they'll pivot and stuff. So
nice.
It helps you balance them out.
Okay.
But again, another one of the sway backs. They're all sway back.
Yeah. My Light Ray's been working out with Orion too. So
okay. A lot of shoulders.
Yeah, shoulders and lats.
Kicks love a strong lat.
All right, so here's teeny tiny Light Ray. As you can see, he's got max lats. He's got the red boots. His arms have started to turn a little bit on me. The white is a little gray. I don't care.
Yeah.
Plastic will do that. As I said previously, he was part of the most random 3-pack. It was him, Nemesis, and Amazo. I don't understand the packaging on that at all.
Let's see.
He's got really weird feet.
They kind of point up.
up and away. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure he'll ever stand. Oh, he does. Actually, he stands up very well for one of these figures, actually. So maybe that's he figured out the feet on. I don't know. Because I expected him to fall on his face, but he stands high and tall. So yeah, that's my light ray.
All right. Yeah, this one, and I hunted these down on eBay, and I mean hunted, like wait for somebody to make a mistake in the listing.
Mhm.
$10.
There, Austin Books and Comics had a light ray forever. When you started, I was going to go get it for you, and they had sold it. I mean, that was the only one they had, and it had been on the peg forever. And then I went to get it, and it was gone.
That ain't gonna go.
No, it ain't gonna go.
All right, so we're doing
All
Calabac.
right. We're gonna do Calabac next.
All right.
Again.
Oh,
the
nice.
Very Kirby
I think
monster
that one
face.
actually looks like Jack Kirby.
It does.
I'm not kidding. I think it does. That is
Same
quite
platform.
a mini skirt.
Yeah, it's the same platform as Darkseid. Darkseid.
I hope he's
Boots
wearing
are not-
underwear because I don't want to
Yeah,
see his Caladong.
He is wearing underwear.
Okay, good.
This little short cape. This was a fun one too. And then here's his accessory, the giant
Mace thing.
yeah, the mace thing, war club.
Is it spiked?
No, it's not spiked.
Oh, because the one for my giant Calabac is spiked. Just wondering.
Is that the McFarlane Spider-Man?
Yeah, yeah. He's got his is. Hold on. This is his war club.
Oh damn!
Yeah. It's scaled to that giant ass figure who right now is holding the spear Stormbreaker, which makes me smile.
I've seen that Calabac at the one of the toy stores near me.
Yeah,
and I saw it. I was like, picked it up off the shelf. It was just like, my god, this thing's like 2 pounds.
I saw that, and it was right around my birthday, and I told the boys, all I want is this, and I got it because I trained them right.
Yeah. Oh, I should say this one also has little blue highlights in the hair too.
Does it really?
Yeah.
So it's like got like a reverse beast thing where it's like
Kinda
blue
so,
with black
yeah.
highlights. And so, well, my Calabac is in the 2-pack with his dad that we previously displayed. So mine is more simian.
Way more simian.
Hold on, let me turn that light down a little bit. Hold on. Reflection. Yeah.
Hey, way more simian.
Yeah. I don't think he has a club. He's got like 2 toes on his feet, and you can't really see it, but his hands are Kirby square because I have not opened his box until yesterday. He's got the very squared off hands that actually remind me of the Brave and the Bold figures they did when that cartoon was on, where they were all those were a little Kirby like, but they were more Silver Agey.
Yes.
But very squared off.
Holy crap, he's a big figure.
Yeah, I mean, I think, let's see. Here's Light Ray.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, there's Light Ray between Darkseid and Calabac.
Yeah, I
Really
went and looked up the Justice League, and it's a pretty good likeness. They drew him like that.
Yeah, they did, actually. Yeah. Yeah. I really have to work out how to work these cameras and do backwards things. But anyway. So you've got Metron. I want to see Metron.
I just found an unboxed picture of that Calabac.
Oh, yeah?
That's badass.
The Justice League one?
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna have a Fourth World shelf in my office. Trust me, I've been waiting. You want an animated Mr. Miracle? Because I got 3 of them.
I may.
I also have the minifig, which has chains and everything. It's awesome.
All right, here he is.
Okay, does he not have the chair?
He does not come with the chair. He didn't even come with the little mother box.
Okay.
And he's kind of a iridescent blue.
Yep.
So the reflection that you see is really kind of how he reflects the light. it's just a really kind of cool, simple figure. It's kind of like Orion in that there's not a whole lot of ornamentation outside of just
The Kirby squiggles.
the Kirby squiggles. But no, he's pretty cool. And he's got those giant ass eyebrows that I thought were like, goggles. But no, that's hair.
He's got iridescent blue hair.
No, I mean he's just got
Mhm.
them big silver eyebrows.
Oh, okay. Oh.
See the little eyes
The
underneath?
crazy old man eyebrows.
Yes, I think he's got old man Kirby eyebrows.
All right. So, as I said, there's a 6-pack called Attack from Apocalypse.
Okay.
We've already seen the Dark Side that I showed. The first one is essentially the same ones in this pack, the Superman and the Mr. Miracle. Okay, but move my mic away a little bit. We also have Forager here,
Okay.
the bug hero from Apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
Lashina, one of the female Furies,
Okay.
to fight your Barda figure, I guess. And then Mantis, if I could get this thing to fucking work, right here, which is just one of the. This is a great Kirby character design, and you can't really see.
Oh yeah, with like a big snake head.
Yeah, and he's got
Kind of-
like Spider-Man wings under his arm, so he can fly. And they always show him kind of at that like 15-degree flying angle, so he's always hands out, tiny feet in the back, big wingspan. Yeah, so. I don't remember this being an episode of the show at all, but it got me this. So,
Yeah.
And there's the second of 3 miracles.
Was there any other Mantis like by himself or no?
No. That was the thing with those 6-packs. It would throw a couple of random characters in there, and that would be the only way you get them. That's why you see a lot of them as singles on eBay, because people break up the boxes. And as I was going through the box with all the boxes last night, I'm like, I should just tear these open and get all this down to one box, because I've got like 3 boxes full of boxes. But Forager has his little shield. I didn't notice that right there. His little shield. It looks like Mantis actually has. I don't know if you right. Can you see? He's got the little. If I took him out, I think
cape thing.
At this the wing things. I think if I took him out and put the arms out, he would. The arms don't go out. Of course, Lashina's gimmick is that she has a whip, and that's not an accessory they're going to include, so she's useless. But anyway, so that's our ode to the Fourth World action figures.
It is our ode to the Fourth World action figures and our ode to Kirby action figures.
Yes,
and one of the things I kind of wanted to spin off of this is like I had found, you've heard me say this, like the McFarlane does a great job of turning 2D into 3D models, right?
Yes.
And depending upon the artist that they are working from, they either are very stiff and very, very lifeless, because it's like, it's the Michael Turner one where he's got the pretty boy pseudo Asian features,
right.
And there's just so precise that you're kind of like going, it's really not that. I mean, it's a cool drawing, but then when you do it in the 3D, it's kind of a bland action figure. But like the McGinnis, like your Black Adam is a good one because it's based on The Rock and he's kind of a cartoon, so it works.
The demon one is really good. The medieval demon one is really good.
Again, it's depending on who they start with. So like some of those alternate Supermans and alternate Batman, especially the alternate Batmans, where like he's caveman Batman, he's like wearing furs and bear claw. I mean, some of those figures are extremely, extremely cool and kind of avoid that sort of lifelessness that they have to them. But that being said, I kind of dig it when they do figures in a very, very distinct artist style, like the Kirby figures, because they don't look like any other figure that's out there.
Right. They jump off the shelf when you see them.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
you started to say the McGinnis, but that McGinnis, Batzaro, and Bizarro's two set just jumps off the shelf anytime I see it because
yeah.
it's so different, and they captured it, and it's got some life to it.
Oh yeah, it's got a lot of life to it. Ones that I really like because I bought one at a used toy store, used toy show, and it was like in the bargain bin, just
Right?
loose. It was one of the New Frontier Darwin
Ooh,
Cook
oh,
Batman. And I think
nice.
I've shown him before. And that was again very cool because it's very stripped down, very simple. They didn't do a lot of like, sculpting on it. There's just the minimal sculpting, like the artwork. And they've done a whole line of figures in that style. Um, I'm hoping to find a Superman because he's got the Flesher Black S on
Nice.
it. So he'll have that sort of old timey look to it with the Black S, which would be I had one. I bought it on Mercari for like dirt cheap, and then the seller canceled it. I have a feeling because it's like, no, I didn't have to sell it for 10. I could have made 30. So,
I've still got a few of the Alex Ross Kingdom Come figures in my closet upstairs.
those are very
And
cool
those
too.
are so. I know I have the Batman. I kept the battle armor Batman, and I'm hoping that I kept the Dead Man,
Oh, yes.
the skeleton Dead Man, because I also have the DC animated Justice League Dead Man. He's in one of these 6-pack boxes with some other, like I think Gentleman Ghost is in there. There's a Gentleman Ghost in this style, so he has no head and a
And a
little
hat.
monocle and a top hat. Connor was trying to steal the Plastic Man that is in the 3-pack with the other Mr. Miracle and Cyborg on my desk upstairs.
Oh, man. I just looked up that Dead Man. That guy is all collar.
Yes. The Justice League one? Yeah,
Yes.
the collar's taller than his head, isn't it?
But here's the deal. I love those Justice League because, so where, it's like there's a lot of stuff that you can spin off of this. Like the Justice League is great because you had all those characters and you had them all in the same style.
Yeah.
And so because I'm looking at like Marvel Legends and the Marvel universe, the little 4-inch ones and then the 6-inch ones. The 6-inch ones, some of them are very cool. Then there's all the McFarlane stuff, which I guess is like about a 7-inch scale.
Yeah.
And so you kind of, if you're trying to like mix or match your heroes, you end up with them sort of not in scale,
Yeah,
that's what's nice about the JLU stuff.
I've been thinking about the upstairs a lot, right? And I'm like, because I've always wanted to put all the fourth world ones out together as a set on a shelf because I think it would be cool. I also have all of the Flash's Rogues gallery that they made.
Oh wow!
Like including Grodd, which is so cool because it looks like a gorilla in that animated style. It's all heavy at the bottom. It's thick. and there's and I've got the Reverse Flash, so I could like put all of the bad guys at the Flash in the front. I've got most of the Justice Society, which would be very cool. And
damn,
and I have missing one character to make the Legion of Doom. So
who are you missing?
They did a Giganta as like a con chase piece before we started going to cons. I'm never going to get that one, right? Because it was like a regular scale one, and then it was like a 2-pack, so a scale one and then the giant one. And anytime I see them, they're more than I want to pay. But now that I have somewhere, I may make an exception. And I still have the Solomon Grundy You Got Me in his box.
Solomon Grundy is cool. Do you know they did a Lobo in that JLU style?
Yeah, I think it was with the Superman animated.
Yeah, and he was like a con special too. And oh man,
he's all hair, as I recall.
He's all hair, but he's like $100.
Yeah, well, it's Lobo. That's why.
Yeah, it's Lobo, and he's special. So Giganta is just wearing the pink leotard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's I think she's the one. There's a couple others that I don't have that I don't necessarily care about, right? But I have like they did. I don't think I have the Doom Patrol 4-pack, which I need. It wasn't 4-pack; it was 4 individuals. But I did buy the Shazam family 4, which is very cool because it's Shazam, Mary, the Wizard, which is a great action figure, and Black Adam, which looks so badass. I saw it last night when I was looking. That one's so cool. Pre-rock Black Adam, so he's got the pointy ears and the black half cape hanging off his shoulder, and
Oh, cool, cool.
and he's
cool.
and he's kind of like Egyptian color. He's like Egyptian shading, so he's not pasty white. It's a good figure. So you'll be seeing more of those in the background in coming weeks.
Coming
I
weeks, just
can
to-
envision like a rotating display, or once I get them organized. So hey, do we want to do this, or do we just do that?
do what?
If we don't, that's
We can do what's
fine.
on your desk.
Huh?
I'll find something. Yeah, we can do that.
It's time, because we didn't just do an hour of what's on your desk. Let's do what's on your desk.
Oh shit.
I can go first for this one. I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I bought this specifically for what's on your desk, and the stuff that I brought from my parents' house is upstairs, so it'll be for later. I still have not found my Mego box. That is the thing that's annoying me. I think I've narrowed down where it has to be. There's this there's a closet under the stairs that I think runs the length of the house. My brother-in-law calls it the bunker, and it's fronted with a lot of Christmas stuff that Mom just shoved in there. But I've been through both attics. I haven't found them yet, so they have to be in there. Anyway, for what's on your desk this week, I have a Funko Pop. Shocking. I have the King Daredevil.
Oh, that was cool. Nice with the beard and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
this was a great run on this book, and the way this character evolved to looking like this just made me happy. He's got like the ninja costume on. He's got the red beard. It's just a cool look for Daredevil, who is in fact one of my all-time favorite comic book characters. And so I felt like I needed a Daredevil. And actually, I think this also came from some of the gift card that my mom gave me last Christmas. So it's appropriate because Mom bought me my first Daredevil comic, which was in fact a Frank Miller, an early Frank Miller before we moved to Lafayette. It was the one where he fought the Hulk.
Oh, wow.
It was also the issue where Ben Urich put together the pieces to figure out that Daredevil and Matt Murdock were one and the same. So it was kind of a pivotal moment in my comicdom. Yeah, my ute, because my exposure to Daredevil up to that point had been his entry in the Son of Marvel Origins.
Okay.
That's when he was just swashbuckler Spidey before he became Catholic guilt Spidey with ninjas.
Catholic guilt Spidey, yes.
Yeah, and that is really what they've turned him into, because they've brought him back again. He died at the end of that arc, right? At the end of that run, he died. They've started a new series, and he's alive again, and they finally just went ahead and made him a priest.
Okay, then.
So, and the cover to those collections had that sort of like gritty street, like, Ramita Miller style look to him. And you open up the book, and it's a very, very basic drawing inside the book. It's really a weird dichotomy. I'm not sold on this take yet, but I've read the first two collections. So anyway, on my desk is King Daredevil. Anyway, so that's what I got.
Okay.
Sorry for the Daredevil rant.
Oh no, I know I got something good. He's at work though, as opposed I got something, but there's something I do want to do for what's on your desk. It's at work.
Okay.
And it's one of those where somebody walked into my office and saw it and was like, what the hell is that? And you're like, oh, that's MODOK, the mental organism. And they go, okay, why does he look like Elvis? I'm like,
I've seen that figure. I like that figure a lot.
That's one of those where I looked at it, and then the seller on eBay sends everybody who's looked at it a deal, and it came out to be like $2 over what it would cost to ship it. So I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I will look forward to that on the next What's on Your Desk.
Okay. So for this week's What's on Your Desk,
yes,
we'll do this guy. Do you have Ollie's anywhere near you?
No.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
If you do, it's kind of like
Buc-ee's?
Big Lots. It's kind of like a buck. No, it's not like Bucky. It's like a Big Lots.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, they had the old.
Oh, I can't believe I just made that noise over Tor.
I know.
He's got the radio antenna on his shoulder.
Yes.
Does the bucket come off of his head?
No, the bucket doesn't come off his head. He's got like alternate hands, which are fists.
Oh, it's the Mark One. That is so cool.
The Mark One.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
But anyway, no. So $10.
Nice.
The same place had this. This is okay. We get off early on Fridays, and so one Friday I went into this Ollie's, and they had the Joe Fix-It Hulk, right?
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I should get that. And I was like, I don't feel like buying a toy today. I just need to go home, right? You know, because I was like on the fence. And I looked, there's like 30 of them on the shelf. All right. So I'm like, not a big deal. If I'm in the mood next Friday, I'll come in and get it. I come in, they're all gone.
Wow.
I looked it up.
They cleaned up.
Ollie was selling them for $10. You could probably get like 25 or 30 a piece. And I thought, oh my God, somebody came in and bought $350 of these damn things.
They're going to triple their money.
They maybe triple their money.
At least double.
I'm personally I can't see myself like spending the time to do that, because if they don't like sell like that, you're sitting on a crate of 30.
A very specific
Hulk collector.
Right. Yes. Thank you. Words are hard at this point in my day.
So anyway, I looked at him and I was like, okay, I'm going to go get the Mr. Fix. That's too cool. Right.
Mm.
And I mean, I searched high and low, and there was seriously 30 deep just on this one table, gone, all of them gone, but they had that guy. And I started looking at him and I'm like, you know what? I've always dug the old style Iron Man armors, just because there's something sort of workman alike before he turned into, American Shogun.
I have on one of the shelves, as I was going through some boxes, I started pulling out my varietal Hulkbusters. I have like 4 of them on a shelf together. The big one, the medium one, the little teeny tiny one, and then another one that I don't remember where I got it from. But like, I have 4 Hulkbusters on a shelf.
That's cool. I have a couple of things like that. I've got the Marvel Legends one that's like yay tall, and then the Marvel Legend.
Do you still have the trench coat thing?
I don't have the trench coat one. I got rid of him a while back.
You want him?
You got one?
I got one.
The hat? We got the hat
and the sunglasses.
Oh.
I had to find him. I know I still have it.
That's fine.
And the trench coat. Yeah, he's complete.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Looking at this guy.
The pose on that is spectacular.
That's a fun pose, yeah. Yes, it looks like the front end of the comic. Here we go. Because I've shown you these, right?
Yes.
These chrome color. Yeah, you can almost recreate that pose if you get kind of creative. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. That's really just lowering that shooting arm. Yeah. It does look kind of like a karate pose. Oh, he's sort of got that Kirby hand in. Wait, I think one of the hands is a fist. I might be able to do that pose. I need to look that up. What? It's this guy and the Kirby stuff that I mean, I think it would be cool to do Kirby X-Men, would be kind of fun, or a Kirby Captain America, Kirby, all these old. But I think it's such a specialized
because they're so same.
Okay.
If you did like a Dave Cockrum X-Men, that's when because that's when they started they weren't wearing the team suits, and they started giving them some personality outside of being an X-Man. I'm not poo-pooing your idea. I just think
no.
But Cockrum has a very specific style, yes. And that's kind of what I associate with that first run of the new X-Men, I think, is Cockrum, and then you get to Byrne, and that's a whole different thing. But
yeah. But yeah, I mean that. Imagine if you had a Captain America, you could.
That's the
pose
pose
like
of
that.
that one, and the cover it says "Mad Bomb." It could destroy the world, and it's like the close-up version of that pose. If you look up Mad Bomb Captain America, you'll recognize it immediately because it's it's the thing that was on all the like the Trapper Keepers and everything, the T-shirts when we were kids.
That guy.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about right there.
Mhm.
Yep. So, yeah, I think we're not wrong that
I
there's
don't
enough
think that
specific styles. I know we talked about like an Art Adams style. Like I would love to see a Monkey Man and O'Brien set. I need a Monkey Man for my monkey wall.
that would be cool. And Dark Horse would be the kind of company that could pull that off.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to produce, a gazillion figures. You can just do a small run and sell them at Comic-Con.
I want
Really.
a really cool Fin Fang Foom. I've not seen one of those. And by the way, I noticed in this poster a while back that is
Ooh.
Man Thing riding Fin Fang Foom right there. Right.
All the Marvel monsters. Nice.
Yeah, I got that right there.
Where's that from? It's just a shop poster.
I think it's Monsters Unleashed. It just has monsters on it, so it doesn't actually because Devil Dinosaurs on there. Groot. I just noticed Groot in the corner there. Yeah. I just thought it was cool.
No, that is. Oh, here we go.
I got to figure out where to put that.
Oh yeah, one of the stores. I'm looking at it. Another. Yeah, Groot. The Thing with one eyes. I don't know. Oh, is that Abomination?
No, I think that's Giganto down in the bottom right. One from Fantastic Four #1.
Man Thing isn't just writing; he is surfing on Fin Fang Foom.
You're right. He's holding on to that horn with his foot right between his eyes.
It looks like he's surfing.
It's a great poster. It really is.
But okay, so I mentioned the original X-Men.
Mhm.
Funko did a line of the original X-Men and the original costumes where they went with the dark navy.
Mhm.
And they're honestly, they're cheap. You can pick them up really, really cheap on the secondary market, but they are a very, very cool line of pops.
I can see that looking really good as a set. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
yeah. That's
And
the
that's
thing
one of
with
the-
like something like that, and you have to sell it like this as an action figure. You have to do a box so it makes sense together, right? You can't a peg full of maroon and yellow figures that all look mostly the same except for like the headgear or the wings or the skirts.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I know of course, Iceman looks like a snowman, but I
Mhm.
mean, it's just I think that's a peg dweller.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably so.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No.
stomp on you there.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. I recognize the limits of the idea. I mean, what I was talking about how like the JLU is great because you can get all those characters in the same size.
Right.
I think that was one of the appeals of Funko Pop when they came out is that you can get multiple licenses all really pretty much on the same platform. And,
That makes
just
sense.
depending on how you feel about the Soul Dead Eyes. But you can get your Hellboy in the same scale as Darth Vader, in the same scale as somebody from One Punch to somebody from Pixar. It's
That makes
actually kind of cool, and I know that was like an appeal when they first came out. I was like, oh my god, I can have my Marvel characters the same style as my DC characters. And then, of course, there are 10,000 characters in now, and oh my god, half of them are Batman, half of them are Deadpool.
And not a Corey Feldman to be found.
Oh well, we know that's not true. There's at least two. Regular and
Does Eric have the other one? Oh.
motherfucker. He posted another thing about.
I saw it. I let you. I liked your comment. I don't, dude. I think he's long shot.
He is amazing, and I think the funniest thing is that it's not just like me and you who've picked up on this. It's like he posts this monster post. Like I got the 1 of 15
Yeah.
Ellie De Cruz. It's like
He pulled up Bob Feller.
yes, that's the thing. I'm like going, are you fucking kidding me? How does this happen? And yeah, the card shop where he does the breaks, they put the belt on him to take their picture, and it was like they
Does
don't
he
let
just
you
take it
that
home? Right, exactly.
But
He should be buying lottery tickets, not baseball cards.
I don't think the luck scales up. I mean, I don't know that for a fact.
It's a very specific mutant power that he has.
Mutant power. It's just for toys and collectibles.
That's unfortunate.
It could pay off in the
I
end.
mean, you know.
But I think one of them. I think it was the Ellie, De La Cruz one, right?
Yeah.
I think that one. He just was traveling through, walked into a card shop that was doing a break, and plunked down his money, and boom, pulls that. So it's like, yeah, I'm driving through Montana, stopped at a card shop, and gave it a whirl. It's like, it's not real.
I'm reminded of the Belushi line. That's not blind luck. That's not dumb luck. What's that? Shit, now I've blown it. That's not bad luck. That's dumb luck. This drunken Irish junkie that wants to kill me. Yeah. I'm constantly amazed when I see. Anytime I see something from Eric, I know he's won something again. It's the only time he pops up on my Facebook feed.
Well, my wife has heard me. My wife has seen me do this. God damn, Eric. What do you win this time?
Oh, it's spreading now like a virus.
It's like, he pulled this like 1 of 1 autograph card of like a baseball legend. I just don't understand how this works.
It's crazy. It really is.
Wait a minute. It does transfer, because I had him pick up something for me.
Uh-huh.
And he hands it to me, and I pop it open. I was like, well, of course, you paid for it. He's like, what? I go, it's the chase.
Okay, we gotta have not Mojo, long shot. Oh, wrong character. Don't want Mojo. Not in our world. We need to get long shot on the show to talk about his
Amazing
incredible luck. Yeah,
that's insane.
it's just absolutely crazy.
I tell you what, I spent that day with him at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, fucking man, the Roosevelt shirts, he bought at least 4 of those, 5 of those. They went to something that had like shirt of the day and bought a bunch of those. I mean,
that's a lot of scratch on a teacher's salary. Guess, but then again, if you're pulling 1 of 1s, if you flip them, I'm guessing you're covering your nut. So
okay, yeah. But yeah, it was yeah. I could not believe that Bob Feller.
I saw that. I was like, I think I said, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" out loud.
But
in fact, I'm sure I know.
Yeah, exactly. But he's the only reason now I know or understand how a card break works.
Okay, well, I think I've heard someone talk about it, but it's
so what he was saying is that
we should get him on and he can explain how it works and how the fuck he keeps looking into the good pulls.
Well, I think one that they're pulling those. I don't know. I don't know if they're pulling like those, the subsets where like every card is a hit of some sort,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but it's nuts to watch him pull that stuff is nuts.
Your beard is on point, my friend. By the way, I like it's looking good.
Thank you. Yes, it's taken 30 years to get this one.
Meanwhile, my youngest son is a chia pet. Yeah, facial hair can't grow it. Connor's grows from the middle of his back up his neck onto his face. He's a fucking chia pet. What up, Connor? He really wants us to make some Slurp Toast merchandise, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a couple days off. Although today was my day off, I had to go into work for like an hour to update something because I'm the only one with the admin privileges to do it.
Nice.
And so then I get it all done, and they're like, "Okay, do you want to test it?" I was like, "I don't know how the program works." Well, how do you have admin rights to it? I go, "I can set up a new user, but I don't know anything beyond that." So bear with me. I walked out on the floor, found somebody, and said, "Here, test it."
It's good to be king.
Yeah. Oh shit. I
All
had a
right.
thought, but it's gone.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
you know, I told the story. I finally told the story about us going to that bar in Austin and the
Oh, yeah.
the bartender bribing us to stay put.
Yes. Here, more tequila, more good tequila.
That's because I think I'd never I never told that story to Kristen. And that was like what 15 years ago.
Yeah. A
And
long time ago.
I know, and I forget what started it, but I think I was talking about we were talking about something with K-State and kids at bars, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh man, I go, last time I was at a college bar was when Bruce and I were down at, for Austin for a Wizard. And she was like, okay. I go, yeah, it's kind of fun. We're sitting at the bar and here we are, two big comic book nerds, and we're doing tequila flights at the bar. And all these college kids are coming up to us. All these dudes are like, hey man, oh, you're drinking tequila. And I'm like, Cuervo's shit. He goes, oh, you're a Patron guy. And Bruce is like, Patron is shit. He goes, which one do you like? We like this one. And the guy's like, okay, how much is that? She's like, $15 a glass. He's like, oh, I get a whole round of drafts from my table. And we're like, yeah, you do that, fucker.
Yeah. And
then she said, my boyfriend usually does this, but he usually sits at the bar and kind of keeps those guys away from me. Would you guys stay and do that for him? Because he's got to bounce at the bar he works at. I didn't realize she didn't charge us for anything after those first ones.
No, she did not. We paid for one flight each, and then she just kept pouring them. And we did our job.
At least another flight.
Maybe two. Actually, I think we did another flight, and then we had a round of the round of the one we really liked. She poured us a hearty pour each of that, if I remember correctly.
She did, and even the manager signed off on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I do remember him coming over her and going up to the top shelf and her saying, "It's these two guys right here," and then him pouring us a glass. So.
That's right. I forgot about that, but you're right. Yeah. I mean, well, as I've said, we can be imposing when we want to be. We get shoulder to shoulder. We are not small men, so
it's just blocking you out.
we can fill up a space.
Yes, we can. So,
all right. Well, I guess enjoy Thanksgiving? Question mark. Get the first slice? I don't know.
It'll be fine. I'm
gonna get a ribeye. Oh, fuck it.
There you go. There you go. Aha! I do have the Iron Man fist.
Nice. All right.
So I can
post a picture of the pose. I need to give you access to the Slurp Toast Instagram. Maybe we should start Slurp Toast bitches.
Okay. Yes. You can totally.
Oh, it is. Nice.
I think I gotta hunch him over a little.
Yeah, he needs to be a little more squatty. Get the legs a little more akimbo. There you go. That's it.
Now we're just gonna fight the center of gravity.
It's a losing battle. Trust me. All right, that's it for episode 80 of Slurp Toast a podcast. Oh wait, I have one more thing before we go. Hold on, I forgot. I have, because this is our Thanksgiving episode, and what would I be without this?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
And with that, we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, Trebuchet.
Trebuchet.
Good night.
Amigos.